Hey traders and investors, welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Powell Group. Today is Tuesday, February 23rd, and in today's video we're going to discuss the TAP stock, Molson Coors, and we'll look at some news and events on the day, and we'll look at the overall broader market, some individual names, and the crypto sector. We'll do a quick check-in there as well. So before we jump in, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and it's a beautiful day here today. Can't wait to go out and go for a walk and enjoy the sunshine. Hopefully you had a good day today. So jumping right into today's content, Dow reverses a 360-point loss and ends day higher after Powell eases inflation fears. So the market was spooked the last couple of days about hyperinflation kicking in gear, and we had a statement this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and basically no change in monetary policy. And the market liked that, and we're going back up, and SPY confirmed hourly uptrends. So we're back in business. Bulls are back in control, but we'll be cautious of bull traps going into tomorrow. Tesla and Apple were extremely weak today. I've been cautioning on that for the last couple of videos, and it turned red on the year, and it's now strongly linked to Bitcoin as we saw the cryptocurrency space drop significantly, and Tesla as well. And Elon even tweeted himself saying that the prices were high of crypto, which is just odd in my opinion for him to do after buying some. But hey, Apple shareholders approved big stock payout for Tim Cook, and a dividend increase is forthcoming. So be on the lookout for that. But notable weakness in big tech. We also had some news from Molson Coors' brand Vizzy Hard Seltzer. So they're dropping a new variety pack, some cool new flavors here. Papaya Passionfruit, Blackberry Lemon, Watermelon, Strawberry and Raspberry Tangerine. So antioxidant, vitamin C, and check that out for the full detail. But stock was up 5% when everything else was down. SPY was down, crypto was down, but bouncing back nicely here. And we did lose the daily uptrend on Bitcoin, so that's notable. And question you need to ask yourself in the back of your head is are we potentially setting tops on the market in stocks and crypto? And you need to develop a plan now. So even if we're not, if you develop a plan now, at least you'll be prepared for what you're going to do if this is the top, and rather than trying to figure it out in the heat of the moment. But Bitcoin's still in a weekly uptrend, and that's the most important thing. As long as we maintain weekly uptrends, I'm still bullish. And at this point, we're seeing increasing daily bear volume, but it's all about keeping it simple and weekly uptrends. Personally, I'm not really invested that much in Bitcoin anymore. I have some XRP and some XLM, but I'm pretty much all out of Bitcoin. I'm gaining Ethereum exposure through Hive, which they have earnings coming up. At DMGI, I cautioned on this, and we didn't even start daily consolidation yet. And from the highs, we're down over 30%, 40%. So what if we start daily consolidation? Then that means we're down, even more. So from the close of today, if we start daily consolidation tomorrow, that's another 10, 20. EMA 12 down here would be another 20%. 26 would be another 40% drop. And we'd still be in a daily uptrend. So you need to be extremely cautious on DMGI. And this is when we're breaking to all-time highs. You want to be trimming, especially if you're in profit, right? And you certainly don't want to be entering here when we're extended and running to blue sky breakout all-time highs. So we'll look at the broader market here before we jump into we'll look at the TAP chart here first, and then we'll jump into the broader market. So TAP broke the daily inside bar bullish. I entered it yesterday and was looking on that inside bar bull break. And like I said, I was looking to get invested into this stock, and I'm holding it long-term, 3 to 5 years plus. And they also have the joint venture with Hexo Corp for the cannabis-infused beverages. So I like their brands, and the stock seems to be on an upward trajectory, and I really like it long term. So we'll see if the joint venture with Hexo can add to their profit as well. They have majority stake in that deal. But on the monthly, we're looking for monthly higher lows. Could be a monthly bull flag, it looks like at this point. Holding the EMAs, we've got a little bit more of a pullback than we would like to see here, but I would still consider it a monthly bull flag potential. And we've been rejecting at EMA 12 on the monthly since all the way back here at $112 at all-time highs. So the fact that we're crossing above that now and potentially changing a monthly trend here this stock has the potential, in my opinion, to easily double from here. And for just going back to the all-time highs, we're looking at about 135%. So I'm liking this for a long-term hold. Again, weekly, my entry was based on this weekly pullback here and this support off EMA 26. And just cautious here, if we do see a top out around the the $48, we could see a potential head and shoulders. So just be cautious of a bearish reversal pattern there on the weekly. Would be a weekly left, head, right. So we'll be watching that resistance here around 48.80. So if we do top out around 48.80, 48.49, just be cautious of a potential head and shoulders. If that were to break and follow through, we could be going back down to the $32, $35 level here and potentially fill that gap. So just be mindful of that. Speaking of gaps, we also have another daily gap. So maybe we go fill this daily gap first. We close near the high of the day. EMA 26 sitting there as resistance at 47.45. So that'll be a level to watch tomorrow. But lack of resistance here and a couple gaps in the chart. I'm liking what I see. They also have the partnership with The Rock and the new energy drink, so you can give that a Google. I think that's a very underrated partnership. The Rock and his marketing is insane. Just his right bicep is insane. So it looks good. I like it. So taking a look at the weekly time frames, we did lose the 10-week moving average. Again, we were getting extreme. The stochastic's extremely bearish. This all came off of a negative earnings reaction, kind of similar to Hexo actually, where they saw a negative reaction and then the stock just absolutely exploded from there, a couple 100%. And I really do like Molson Coors for a long-term hold. I'm averaging in, so I'm just using a smaller amount in case we do see prolonged consolidation on the weekly. So just keeping in mind all scenarios and averaging in at this point. This is a no-touch 3 to 5 year plan. Taking a look at the weekly moving averages, you can see that we had the 50 weekly moving average sitting at 47.11, which we are right at now. So we could potentially see some resistance there. And that's potentially why we stalled out today. But if we get above, nothing until 58 up at the 200 and the 50 weekly down at 40.60. Most important thing though, we are holding this 100 daily moving average. So that's sitting down at 43.90. That was also another support level I was going off of my entry yesterday. And we do have the 50-day moving average coming up at 48.10. So 48 and 49, that gap fill, also the 50-day moving average. So I'm liking 48, between $48 and $49 as a profit target. If you are swinging or in a short-term trade, personally I'm long, so I'm not really too concerned about what it does in the short term. And also on the weekly, I was entering off the weekly VWAP. So you can see we are bouncing nicely off of that VWAP level. And we also had the 20 weekly moving average acting as support as well. So a lot of confluence in that level. So we'll take a look at some individual stock tickers on the day. Riot, MVMD, NGA, DDD leading the decline. Again, Riot, we told people to be cautious on those blockchain names. AMC, TAP, Diz, and NFLX, Netflix leading the bull list today. So there was a lot of trades. I was watching CGC, Hexo. I was watching Tesla and Neo, Hive. There was a lot of names today with huge dips to be had in the morning and solid day trades. Look at this bounce on Tesla. We got extreme, and we bounced 15%. Neo, similar. From the low of the day, 17% on the day, up essentially 20%. So I personally played CGC, Hive, played Hive a couple times today. So I'll just bring up Hive real quick. I want to do a quick trade review. So on the day, we hit the low of 442. So I have my no touch position that I'm swinging through earnings next week on Tuesday. I think is going to be extremely bullish reaction to those. They're apparently making a killing on their Ethereum mining, and they just purchased additional memory chips, which should have, gave them even more margins on their returns. So we'll see how the numbers come in here in about a week from today. But on the day today, we saw a huge gap down, and I was looking to play hourly oversold, and that was coming off of a huge move. And you can see here on the hourly that we had approached hourly oversold, and we got there close on the, so I'll go over two trade reviews. I'm just trying to remember the first one here. That was the second one. So on the first one, I was averaging in from about $5 down. So I was averaging it. I bought a little under $5, and then I bought around $4.60, I think it was, and then again at $4.50. And we were getting very extreme on the 5 minute. We were down in the teens. We were at 8 or 10 there on the RSI. And SPY started to bounce as well. And we had support from I was also looking at EMA 12, which was sitting at 481. So that's what I was going off initially. And then it looked like we were heading to EMA 26. So I started to scale in and average down. And then I was able to average in around, I think it was like 480. So from 480 off the low of the day, we had another 15% bounce or so, or over 20% bounce, but I made about 10%. I didn't get the whole move there, but I'll also go over another trade review here in a second where I made another solid, that's almost 30% from the low of the day. That is insane. Volatility in both directions. So what I entered on, I doubled down. I entered a very heavy position as well. So on 442, the low of the day, we were pulling back with SPY. We were pulling back while SPY was going up, so we were inversely correlated. SPY had changed the hourly trend, and I was looking at the Hive chart, and we hadn't changed the hourly trend, but we were coming up on support. So I was looking at the double bottom, and sure enough, we got as low as 443, 1 cent off from a double bottom there on to the penny, and I entered on that double bottom. I set my tight stop under the low of the day. So from that entry, you're looking at over 10%, but 13% move. So I've made over 20% today just day trading Hive. And I know a lot of people in our group played that as well. So, and entered on my call out this morning. So congrats to those who played that. I also played CGC. I'll do a video for the cannabis space here in a moment. But also did CGC. Oversold bounce. So we had 4 hour oversold today. Bear with me, still using my left hand and nursing a broken hand. So we did hit 4 hour oversold after coming off a huge move. And I averaged down on CGC as well, but I had an average around $32, $33. And again, didn't see the whole move, but I exited to just over 34. So I saw about 5% of that move, 15% move from the low of the day, and that was fine by me. So 25% on the day, just day trades, I'll take it. Also played Hexo, and Hexo bounced extremely well on the day from the low of the day. Let's just take a quick peek at that. So we hit 660, and from the low to the high, we jumped over 15%. So forgot about Hexo, I made an extra 10% at least there. Because that one bounced from the low of the day. It was a massive bounce. And we changed that 5 minute trend. So made about 30% today day trading. And very low risk. Entering off those double bottoms and stop just below. And again, this is why you don't need to swing overnight to make money. There's lots of opportunities during the regular day, the trading hours. And personally, I'm mostly cash. I've got some short QQQ and SPY still, but we'll take a look at the overall broader market real quick. So a lot of sectors changing their hourly trends. We had IWM, we had SPY, we had SMH, but cautious of potential bull traps here. SPY changed its hourly trend, and that's what also gave me confidence entering a Hive today on that double bottom, looking for a potential laggard play. But oil is showing some weakness, and So is silver and gold. So everything's pulling back here. Crypto, just be cautious. This could be a potential top. We'll be watching the dollar as well. So the dollar is showing some life. And on the weekly time frame, it's all about 89.20. If we hold 89.20, form a higher low, then it's all about resistance here. So most important resistance rate, the resistance is 91.60 and the support is 89.20. If we form a higher low here compared to 89.20, hold that support and then break resistance, that's a weekly uptrend. And that'll be the first time that's happened since all the way back here in March of last year at 102. And we'll want to close the week above EMA 12 at the very least. So watching the weekly time frame, I'm going to leave it there. Try to keep this video a little shorter today. So with that, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Make sure to drop me a comment and let me know if you are bullish or bearish on TAP long term. I think the stock is turning a page and we can see a lot better days ahead, just like its counterpart Hexo and their joint venture. And I have lots of high hopes for that. So hope everyone has a great night. We'll see you after market close for another daily market recap. Take care, everybody.